Tetherow Resort, arguably Bend's premier golf course community, right there on the very west edge of Bend. To the west of that is going to be the Deschutes National Forest, and it slopes elegantly upward towards Mount Bachelor, towards the Three Sisters, towards Broken Top, and beyond that is going to be the Cascade Lakes. Dozens of lakes where you can go recreate each and every day during the summertime and even in the wintertime as well. The point is that it's located in just about a perfect spot for Central Oregon living. It's just a few minutes away to downtown, to the box factory, to the old mill district, and to the Deschutes River within the city. And then to the west, it's just a short drive away to just about any type of recreational activity you would like to participate in if you lived here in Central Oregon. Now, today we're going to be exploring the Tetherow property. It's 700 total acres. We're not going to cover all 700 acres, but there are different flavors of Tetherow within the Tetherow property. You got the resort, of course, that probably gets most of the notoriety because that's where people go to get married or people go to vacation. It's right there on the edge of Century Drive, so it's just a quick jaunt onto Century Drive and you're 15 minutes away from Mount Bachelor. So the hotel, the resort, the restaurants are all awesome. We're not going to talk about those today. We're talking about more of the established portion of Tetherow that's been around for almost 20 years. Some of these homes on the golf course are almost 20 years old, and we're going to be driving through a couple of the more famous and prominent roads that are within the Tetherow community to give you an idea of what it's like to live maybe full-time in one of these homes in the summertime in Tetherow, because it's pretty cool. We're going to be driving, say, in the twilight of an evening in July when the sun's starting to go down. So there's a little glow outside, and it just gives you this cool ambience of what it's like to maybe live in Tetherow. We'll explore some of the homes that have sold in the last year as well as we drive by, but I'm just going to be explaining where it is we're at within Tetherow subdivision, because again, 700 total acres. We don't have time for all 700, but we're going to be going through a very central section of Tetherow that's very popular, and the homes have been around, some of which for almost 20 years, while others are within the last couple of years. So it's a good combination of both. But yeah, let's just get it started. I'm going to hop in the car now and we'll just kind of talk as we go. So we are on Metolius Drive. We're heading westbound right now. This is kind of like the Broken Top community here, stretch of Metolius Drive. Right to the left here is going to be the Parks of Broken Top, a great subdivision. We'll save that for another video. But as we get further along, we just completely transform the landscape, right? We're no longer in this lush green area that is Broken Top. This is now native vegetation. This is Tetherow. We just entered the property of Tetherow. Remember, 700 plus acres. And here's an aerial view here of where Tetherow is located in Southwest Bend. Little close up, you see that we're close to Phil's Trailhead. We're close to Century Drive. It's close to Farewell Bend Park and the Skyline Sports Complex. Point is that it's very centrally located to many things that Bend is in demand for. Now we get further along, it kind of opens up. The trees kind of separate. Not as many trees now. You can see the outline of the mountains out there to the west. You got Bachelor, you got Broken Top, you got South Sister, and the sun's going down behind them. It's about 8:30, 8:45 at night here in mid-July to give you that perspective of what time of year it is right now as we continue driving along. It's a great time of day to be outside in the Tetherow Resort area, typically about 75 degrees. There's a lot of people out and about right now, as you can see here. We're now on Skyline Ranch Road. We're going to do a U-turn real quick to show you that bridge one more time because it's a pretty cool bridge. A lot of people get their photos taken on that bridge each fall. But we're back going southbound on Skyline Ranch Road, the primary road that goes through Tetherow here. You'll see these big, large buildings right now. Okay, that's the resort area. That's going to be a hotel. It's going to be the golf clubhouse. It's going to be multiple restaurants. It's going to be the athletic and fitness center. It's going to be the corporate offices of Tetherow up there. There's also residences up there, but we're not going to focus on that today. We're focused on golf course living right now. We just entered through a gate and we're going to be zipping through a couple different streets here. Right now, this is Cannon Court. It's a very short road. It just loops around right here. 17 total home sites on this particular street. 0 have sold in the last 6 years on this stretch. So that gives you an idea that this particular area of Tetherow is popular, it's in demand, and it's currently not for sale. It could change though in the near future. We don't know. But as we come back to the stop sign of Skein Trail, we're going to hang a left and we're going to get further into this little section of single family homes inside the gates on the golf course. Remember, Tetherow is 700 acres. Okay, and there's only one golf course, and there's a very small percentage of homes that are actually on the golf course. You can see this aerial view right now of where we're at. 2 homes on this Skein Trail stretch that we're going to be driving through right now have sold in the last year. And we'll get to those in just a second, but I want to give you this perspective. We're driving now on Skein Trail. There's golf holes on both sides of this road right now. So homes to the right probably are on hole 8, homes to the left are on hole 2. And this is Twilight in the summertime, gives you an idea of what the ambience really is like. What does it feel like to be right here in the middle of this premier golf course community in the middle of the summertime? Now, Skein Trail has had 2 sales in the last year. One sold for $2.95 million. Okay, that was on the lower end of the price point. Okay, as you can see the pictures here. The other home that sold in the last year sold for $3.775 million. Now we're going through these pictures as well. These are spectacular homes, as you can see here. But this is kind of the vibe that you get from Tetherow now. And there are different flavors of Tetherow, like I touched on, as we take a right onto Wynard. Now, again, we're still inside the primary golf course community itself section of Tetherow here, as we're you can see the aerial view again. We're still on the front 9. Okay, we'll get to the back 9 here soon as we get further into this video, but there are homes in this section of Tetherow that have been around for almost 20 years. That home straight ahead there, that one last sold in 2023 for $4.1 million. That gives you a perspective of where we're at right now in the market. So 4.1 is going to be among the more expensive homes that are in Tetherow right now. If we were to give you some data over the last year, 27 total homes have sold in Tetherow, and they range in between, say, 740,000 for a single family home, about that, just over 1,000 square feet, all the way up to 3.92 million in the last year. So that one we just looked at, that was actually higher in 2023 than what we've had in the last year here in Tetherow. The median home price right now of the 27 that have sold in the last year is 2.8 million. To give you that perspective, okay? Again, the premier golf course community in Bend. Hey, real quick, if this is your first time to the channel or it's your 50th, that doesn't matter to us. And you want to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, working, playing, the lifestyle in Bend and surrounding sunny Central Oregon, then subscribe to our channel, tap that notification bell below so you can be the first to know about the current market happenings and lifestyle happenings here in Bend and Central Oregon. My name's Ryan, and I've lived in Bend for over 30 years. Zach and I, we get calls and texts every day from people just like you looking for help with their next transaction as it relates to real estate here in Bend and Central Oregon. So whether you're looking to make that transaction a possibility in the next 9 days or 90 days or even beyond that doesn't matter to us either. Give us a call or shoot us a text and we can set up a meeting if you're somewhere else. But if you're local, let's go get coffee somewhere and we can discuss your situation to figure out what the next course of action should be pertaining to your real estate situation. But it starts with you guys reaching out to us. So you can see our phone number right there. Give us a call or shoot us a text and we can arrange a time to chat further. Now, back to the video. All right, so we're back on the road now. This is Metolius Drive. We're heading eastbound on it. So this is the exact road that we came in on to start the video. But we're going to hang a left up on Hosmer Lake Drive here in just a second, because that is the portion of the golf course living on Tetherow's golf course that is basically the back 9. So we're kind of here now. We're on Hosmer Lake. We're going to zip through this part where we're facing the sun directly. But I want to talk about just kind of like location-wise. Tetherow is in a spectacular central location, of course, to all the outdoor amenities that Bend has to offer. We're right next to Phil's Trail, after all, and just about 15 minutes to Mount Bachelor, 20 minutes, 25 minutes to Elk Lake, and just the other outdoor amenities thereafter. that make Central Oregon famous. But what about Bend, the city of Bend? We're right on the edge of Bend's city limit line, but we're close to Northwest Crossing. And Northwest Crossing has great restaurants, great shops. So does Discovery West. They're just getting theirs going now. But we're also just 5 to 10 minutes away from the downtown area, the Old Mill area, the Box Factory area. We're close to the Parkway, which can get you to Costco, get you to the Redmond Airport in about 30 minutes or so to the airport, probably about 15 minutes to Costco. But it, again, is all about the West Side central location because you're close to so many different things. Or even closer to like the 14th Street Avenue / Century Drive Avenue corridor, the Galveston Avenue corridor, the Newport Avenue corridors, restaurants, shops galore. It's why Bend's famous, the west side of town. And you're close to everything being on the west side yourself here in Tetherow. But again, you see these homes on Hosmer Lake Drive, and we're coming up towards the end of Hosmer Lake Drive here. But in the last year, there were 6 sales in this little section of where we're driving right now. And they range from say 2.5 million all the way up to 3.625. And all these homes were built in say 2014 or afterwards, so newer. And that gives you some perspective of this particular section as we just kind of transition back onto Skyline Ranch Road, where I have one more section of Tetherow to show you in today's video. We just went through that bridge. That might look familiar if you're still watching. We saw that earlier in the video, but we're on Skyline Ranch Road here. We're about to take a left onto a road called Hardin Martin Court. And this is a very interesting little gated section of Tetherow as well, that you can see the mountains there. You know, sometimes I talk about how you can be too close to the mountains to see the mountains. Well, that kind of feels that way with that little peak right there straight ahead. That is actually North Sister, but you can see South Sister and Broken Top a little bit better. But this Hardin Martin Court is very centrally located as well. It's on holes 3, 4, 5, maybe a little bit of 6. But you've got some of these homes, I'll try and find pictures of them, where the backyards go almost right into the golf. It's pretty unique. So you get these just really close-up views of people playing golf out there. That could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing, I don't know. But here you are in this tiny section of Tetherow as well, where you got homes. There's just a few of them, but it's so centrally located. And we're talking probably high 2-point-something million to the mid to higher $3 million price points. Like, look at this home right here. For this particular section of Tetherow, again, I've talked about it at length. There are many flavors of Tetherow as we make our way back onto Hosmer Lake to finish up this video. There's many flavors of Tetherow. There's 700 acres. There are 400 plus home sites, but these were the primary and premier homes that Tetherow has, that we went by today. These were the most sought after neighborhoods that command the highest price point. That was the goal for today's video, was to give you that vantage point. Okay, because there's other sections of Tetherow up by the resort area where there's cottage style bungalows, or there's townhomes, or there's smaller, much smaller style single family homes that go for $1 million or 1.2 or 1.3 million. Whereas what we just did, we went through the section of Tetherow that commands the highest price point. So hopefully this video did give you a little perspective, maybe allowed you to decide, okay, I do like this area or I don't like this area. But Tetherow is very sought after. It's in demand. It's in a very central location, and it will remain in demand for the foreseeable future. We're back on Mount Washington Drive now. This is a primary road on the west side. It just, everything is just so well landscaped on the west side of town. It's the primary part of town. It's premier for Bend, and people just tend to gravitate to the west side somehow, some way. It seems like just about every day, only because it is the gateway to all the amenities up in the mountains. But that's why Bend is famous. My name's Ryan. I'm a licensed broker with eXp Realty here in the state of Oregon. If it's your time to reach out, please do so. Starts with you. Call me or text me. We can set up a phone meeting, a Zoom meeting, or we can set up some sort of face-to-face here in town if you're local, and we can figure out what the next course of action should be with your real estate situation. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you on the next video.